Okay, we just found an Irish connection, and as soon as the ICQ podcast comes out of Ireland, it's nice to meet Aidan. Nice to meet you, sir.
Hi, Martin. Nice to meet you. Thanks for dropping by.
Thanks for having us. Your call sign is EI5HW.
Or Hot Whiskey for short.
Hot Whiskey, eh? I tell you what, if our other founding member of the club, my son, was here from the ICQ podcast, we could rough him up because we think he ought to get his licence.
Yes.
And we've been on a long time. He's got a UK foundation, and we've been on to him about getting a full Irish licence, and he tells me he's doing it this year.
Well,
so
I'd love to try her.
We'll give him a hard time.
Absolutely.
So, Aidan, tell us about what you as a club do and what you're doing here.
Well, what we're doing is we're quite unique. It all starts off basically back in Ireland. We're a private club, but we're quite unique in the fact that we hold an aeronautical licence for the amateur radio VHF and UHF band. So we're allowed to experiment with the VHF and UHF bands on board the balloon, which is quite unique.
That is.
But we do it in a club environment, and that way we can have non-licensed amateurs in the basket and get them to use amateur radio for the first time, aeronautical mobile. So we're promoting the hobby, but also to a non-licensed person as well. So it's kind of saying, well, when you land, you might think more about joining the hobby as well as come ballooning again with us. But the ballooning is all non-commercial. I'm privately licensed, so the ballooning has the same status as amateur radio. It's all for fun, costs loads of money, but we get great enjoyment out of it.
Yeah. Sounds great.
That's the bottom line.
If somebody's new or getting a flavour of our hobby, doing VHF, UHF from a balloon, you must go miles.
Well, we do. We normally fly around the northwestern, eastern seaboard of Ireland, a place called Dunshaughlin in County Meath. Our normal flight level will be 1,000, maybe 2,000 feet. We tend to work with repeaters because we aren't operating radio for very long in the balloon, and we want to get as many QSL cards out there as we can. So we tend to go to the 2-metre repeaters, both here and in Wales and in Chester in the UK, and it's great. 5 watts in the balloon on the handheld. They get us quite strong signals, and it proves a point when you put a call out in the repeaters and they're quiet. The next call you say aeronautical mobile and they're not quiet, so they're listening. They're definitely listening.
Lots of people listen. But it's actually fantastic. How many members in your club?
We currently have about 15 members. We're in the minority as licensed hams. I've got myself, Aidan. I've got Sean over there, one of our senior members, and Jerry, who's currently on walkabout getting his bits and pieces. So we're basically, and David as well. There's 4 of us who are the amateur radio aspect to it, and the rest of them are very keen, either shortwave listeners or they're into their own aviation, but they come and crew for us because ballooning is a very team sport. I fly the balloon. I need a crew of 7 people to help me be on the air, on the ground. So.
Having flown once in a balloon, only once in the UK, it's a big operation.
Well, we have a saying in hot air ballooning, Martin. The first flight is free. The second flight's €50,000 because you end up wanting to buy your own balloon.
So you predominantly just take a handheld with you. You don't don't need any other air.
We don't need anything else. We haven't. If I wanted permission for a HF, I could probably get it. It would involve dropping a copper wire out of the basket, and then not being the normal case, you'd forget it's there, and then you're 200 feet above a power line, and all of a sudden you get a connection. So
that would wake your day up, wouldn't it?
It would, So, and we're quite happy with the VHF and UHF aspect of it, and really we're interested in getting the QSL card out. We don't expect one back in return. We just want to advertise to everybody else that we have an aeronautical mobile station. We're very lucky to have it, and we're very keen to promote the hobby because we have it. Used as a promotional tool for the hobby.
Okay. So if somebody else was coming to Ireland, a visitor was coming to Ireland, could they fly with you?
Difficult question. First of all, my balloon flies a pilot and 2 crew, so it's a sport balloon. And with my crew, I generally rotate to crew spaces, but if we have a special guest or a special friend, we generally, we would eject one of the crew members before the balloon leaves the ground and pop them in.
And not while they're in the air.
But generally we would leave kind of close family and friends. There is a commercial ballooning operation beside me, so people can obviously buy a commercial flight. As I said, we would prefer. Like I have flown foreign radio hams that have become friends of mine from the States and happen to be balloon pilots themselves in the States. I have flown flown in their balloon in the States, and they've flown in my balloon here. So
that's good.
It does work out. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it's good camaraderie.
So if somebody was coming over to Ireland Radio Amateur, or they wanted to find out more about you, how would they contact your website?
Well, we generally, because with the power of social media, we're on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Dunshaughlin. If you Google it, you'll find it. And also on Twitter, we're just at Dunshaughlin, because Dunshaughlin is my local town where we're from, and Dunshaughlin is just spelled, for those that are interested, it's DUNSHAUGHLIN. But Googling it, Google pulls it up.
Google should find you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for giving us your time.
You're very welcome. Take the rest of the day off, Martin. And before we close the interview, we have a little wee drop of liquid refreshments for you guys, just to sample before you leave. Okay?
You're going to upset my son, but we have to do it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.